Ladies and gentlemen, Rizzy Rozeo. How
What
are
up,
you,
bro?
sir?
I'm
How are
alright,
you,
man.
man? Finally, I've been waiting so long for this, and I'm so glad you're here. Just wanted to say we're gonna start doing a bunch of these in-studio podcasts. Welcome to our little basement we call a studio. Ismail, say something.
क्या कहूँ
कुछ भी.
यार हाँ हम इन स्टूडियो करेंगे लाइक आई नो वेव शेप चल रही है लेकिन इजी है मैंने मास्क पहना हुआ
Got the live and let live. That's what we're doing.
Dude, you got a fist.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, he made me do it. That's really smart. Now everybody's got his visual of this in their head for the
Yeah.
rest of this podcast. Rizzy, how are you, brother? That's the first question I really want to ask. That's what I ask everybody. But how are you feeling right now?
Feeling good, bro. I really like what you've done to the place.
Thank you.
I'm feeling at home.
Uh-huh.
I fuck around and can I cuss?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Don't even worry about it. Yeah, it's not even a question.
No, I might just fuck around, lay a blanket, go to sleep.
It's
Feeling
cozy.
at home.
Yeah, these lights really make the mood.
No, it's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you. It's been a
Yeah.
while. For those of you who don't know, which is all of you, we were in school together.
Yeah.
you
And
guys know each other in school
like but not
Yeah,
like
I
not
think-
like super close or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but I knew like you were there, and I would see you doing Empire State of Mind, like just rapping your ass off. I've been seeing you do that shit since then, and like Umar was saying, you're the guy walking around with the canvas in the art room
Yeah.
all the time. First
That
of
was
all, how are you feeling? But also, I want to ask you, what has life been since? And this is again the biggest question I wanted to ask you that I was trying to ask you before, but thank you for talking me out and not asking. But as somebody who we haven't been touched since. But how has life been since LGS Phase 5?
I know what you're getting
like
at,
in
man.
high
You
school?
wanted to know where I went after LGS Phase 5, right?
Yeah,
All right. I went to BNU.
crazy,
Yeah, for architecture.
crazy.
And it's been good, man. I feel like A-levels was kind of like a time where I was very introverted.
Yeah.
I would just stay in the art room,
Uh-huh.
as the man said
Yes,
before as
sir.
well.
man
Omar Fassi, you refused to believe he was in the same batch as you.
No. He told me he dropped a couple names.
after
I
a
was like,
couple of
he's good.
follow-up questions
No, he's good. So yeah, no, I just dude, 5 years, 7 years actually went by just like this,
Mm-hmm.
and we're sitting here now today,
This is crazy.
5 years later.
This
man.
is nuts, man.
Yeah, it is. It's like a big ass reunion.
Ismi was there too.
yeah
Yeah.
I have no idea who else was there.
Yeah, no, man. As soon as I walked in, I was like, yo.
You too?
You too?
This is a big ass LGS Phase 5
Yeah.
reunion. But yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And you know, like I think about this often. Like high school was a weird time. I think for everybody, especially when you look at it retrospectively now. For me, at least, I look at myself as a completely different person. I don't recognize myself almost as the guy I was then. As weird and dark as this sounds, sorry for going in that place, but
I feel you,
a
man.
lot changes, man.
Yeah.
What changed for you? I want to know. Like what has this last couple of years been like? Because it's almost like an artistic surge that I see you going on right
Yeah,
now, and it's
yeah.
so impressive. Like I see you drop banger after banger after banger, create like pieces of art after pieces of art after pieces of art. It's astounding. You know, what's your process? How'd you get there?
So I feel like after A-levels, I just started meeting new people, and like feeding off of their energies was like, it was big for me. Because like being exposed to different people's different situations, it was like that really shows in my music as well now.
Yeah.
So back then I wasn't like serious about doing music. At the time I was just doing covers, but slowly and surely I just started writing my own stuff, producing my own beats. I was having fun with it, and now I'm having a lot of fun with it.
I bet, dude. And
Yeah.
it's me. You got a chance to, of course, listen to.
Yeah, man.
Rizzy.
Big fan of
Really?
especially Fittay Mu and you know the bum twirl.
The bum
That
twirl.
move that you do.
Yeah.
Bro.
It's genius. That's
Bro, you know
it is.
what the vibes I get from your songs, especially the second verse of Fittay Mu and parts of Bum Twirl, especially towards the end,
Okay.
early Eminem, bro. I seriously get those vibes. The Marshall
Nice.
Mathers LP.
I love Eminem. So
Bro,
that's
I mean,
just a good
genuine
thing
वो
to hear
vibes आती हैं,
anyway.
बल्कि I think Bum Twirl के अंदर एक part आता है which reminded me a lot of like Rap God in a good way. It was like you making those same sort of multi-syllable whatever it is
Yeah.
that you do. I mean, it was
Yeah.
amazing. So I mean, it's the sort of that I don't know if you
And dude, I'm sorry to cut you off,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
see Eminem looking at me as well. It's like, I'm proud of you.
We gotta get that dude out of here. Put Rizzy's face in it.
Oh,
same thing.
whoa.
Same thing. No.
Yeah, so
That wasn't my idea. Eminem. you ever watch this?
We're the ones disrespecting. Not
Yeah, so I was saying, I mean, wo jo Eminem ki purani vibe nahi thi, I mean, sort of like having that, in a good way, that cockiness of how good he is at his rap, and like letting everyone else know that I'm there. So I got that from your music. So I don't know if that's something that you do deliberately.
No, that's the correct observation, actually.
So walk us through
full
that.
of myself.
I mean, in a good way, right? Because you're good enough to like pull it off. So I mean, is there something you want to do to like let everyone know with every piece that you like, let rappers know that I'm the man?
Yeah, man. I'm basically like I said, I'm full of myself. I got a very big head, especially on the tracks that I do. But what's interesting is that that's actually kind of like a coping mechanism as well for the times that I feel very low in life. It's like a huge contrast between, so let's say that I'm feeling like super low one day. I'm like, worthless, the music's kind of trash and this and that. And then I'm responding to that on the music. Like,
So it's
come
sort
check
of
me
like
out.
offset that entire thing by pushing even harder.
Yeah.
You kind of put yourself in a place where you're feeling shit, but then the words you're saying are pulling you back up. You are the shit.
Dude, I think it's wonderful. Like, I only recently realized it, I think someone made me realize it, actually. I was on another interview, but I think it's beautiful what's happening with the music personally. Like, I don't care at this point if many people are listening. It's just something that's so helpful to me in my personal journey as well. Just speaking to myself, speaking to other people while I'm at it as well.
So as far as your personal journey is concerned, you mentioned that you were first introspective, like in A-levels, I think, and then you moved away from that. Is there something in the fact that while you were introspective, you were mostly focused on art in the which is sort of an introspective thing to do? Like you were in the art room working on it. And then as you move slowly towards music, you became less and less introspective and more like talking to people and everything, which like it's sort of a chicken egg question. Which came first? I'm really interested about that.
I mean, it's true. But also the reason that I stayed is I spent a lot of time in the art room it was kind of like a place of solitude for me. And that's how I was in A-levels. So that was kind of like a safe haven for me. Yeah.
No, I get that. And that's crazy. Like, and now the way you're describing your music, like you don't care if people are listening, you just want it to sound good. It sounds really, really unique. And when I say unique, I mean like not just in context to, because a lot of people use a yardstick to see how good an artist is. They compare it to like the Western, more popular mediums, and they say, oh, he sounds just like that. So that's very good, right? But just in terms of the sound you're creating, it sounds like nothing I've ever listened to. Like Twirl was just so good, and of course,
shout out to TQ, man.
My God, what a beat that was! But as soon as I heard that beat, it was so whole in my ear. Like I could feel the whole beat like almost vibrating, a tom 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 tom.
Thank you, TQ.
And honestly,
just very nicely.
It was an excellent beat. And then as soon as you come on, I can hear that you know exactly how to do justice to that track. And then I hear Fitur, which is so like you can tell it's culturally inspired. It's more grounded to the local sound. Even Fittay Mu is so like I love that you're doing that. You know what I mean? Where did you start? Because honestly speaking, I do podcasts, right? It's easier for me to talk in English most of the time because I'm schooled in a English medium private school. This is just my reality.
Yeah.
Urdu bolta hu, especially in front of camera, so I have to revert back to an English sentence, or I think I'll probably say something which doesn't make grammatical sense. And it's easier for me to talk in English most of the time. Do you make a conscious effort to say, okay, I want to make my music sound more culturally relevant and grounded to our reality?
Dude, okay, so let's go back to what you said first about, comparing yourself to whatever's going on around you.
Yeah.
It really used to scare me that I wasn't sounding the same as everyone else. I used to compare myself to what other people were doing, and it was kind of like I was trying to be someone else, because it's natural when you see people doing good and you look at what they're doing, your first instinct is to copy whatever it is they're doing.
Right.
And no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't sound the same.
Yeah.
But eventually that kind of turned into a blessing for me because, I was kind of in that process discovering my own sound. I don't know how it came to be honest. Like I don't have an answer for where it started. It just happened very naturally.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. So what was your process though? Like in terms of getting to your music? Because I'm sure a lot of people, it's a lot of repetition, I'm sure. Like practice and repeating the process and everything. But see, as somebody who I used to try to do music in high school, I wasn't good at it at all. Everybody knows that here, right? And I dropped it, and that's mainly because I could never convince myself that this is the thing that I would eventually be the best at. So this is something I don't want to pursue. My mind works like that. It's like, what am I good at? Do that. You know what I mean? Music wasn't for me.
I fuck with that, yeah.
Because I could never find my sound as a guy who's playing an instrument or singing. I was like, okay, this it doesn't sound like what I want to sound like. How do you get to a point where you're almost content that this is what I sound like?
Okay, I think this is leading up to the Maanu story now. Yeah, how
I love it.
So we're basically like picking up on where you left off the podcast with Maanu and SIKKI.
I'm doing it completely unintentionally, by the way.
Yeah.
There's questions in my head I want to ask you.
Yeah, no, it's coming together very naturally.
Thank you, SIKKI. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So something wonderful happened in my life last year. I met Maanu and SIKKI at a gig. I think that story's already been told. But
last time SIKKI did the so I'll do the
Yeah. Yo, come through for the just one time. Come on.
Go.
Yeah,
do the Just do the Just do the Thank you, SIKKI. But yeah, you met them last year, yeah.
So yeah, dude, before that, I was doing only English music. And even the beats, to some extent, they didn't have much, cultural incorporation either, when it comes to sound. But when I started sitting down with Maanu, we said we'd work on a couple of tracks, and eventually that turned into what could have been a mixtape, but then it turned out to be an album. And during that process, I started putting in one word of Urdu, and then a phrase, and then a sentence. And then at one point, my first full-blown Urdu verse was just like, and I feel like Manu's feedback was instrumental in, kind of bolstering my confidence in what I was doing. And it's crazy because my dad, everyone around me had been telling me for so long, start doing something in Urdu. I was like, there's no way. I was like a rebel. I was running around and like, I ain't never going to get me. I'm English. Yeah. But it happened, and I'm so glad for it, because I feel like some part of me was locked away, and I kind of reconnected with it because I've been living here for so long. Yeah. And it's like me finding some lost part of myself and reconnecting with it. It's just beautiful.
So do you think, so obviously unlocking that part for yourself was pretty important, but do you think also incorporating Urdu helped in terms of people who listen to you, relate to you?
Hell yeah.
Because obviously you've got this guy and a lot of other people who rap in English, and that's great. But one of the associations that we may form with our own artists is that language, which is very important, and those cultural references. So if you mix and match, did you notice something?
No, for sure, man, for sure. Like I'm comparing in my head right now the type of people that used to give feedback, people I didn't know, and then now it's like I see an obvious difference in numbers as well as the type of feedback I get. And when I listen to my own stuff in Urdu or when I'm playing it for friends, it's just like they just vibe more. It's just more them, and it's more me as well. Yeah. It's like you can all just kind of sit around and have more fun with it.
For sure. And I obviously don't want to ask you everything about this until we do the episode. This is where we tell you we are going to do the Shahi Killaz episode soon.
Next year about soon.
Just drop the piece of cheese, whatever the phrase is. But anyway, that's not a phrase. I was thinking of like the piece of cheese. Wait, hold on. Let me explain what I mean by a piece of cheese. I mean, like when you
Please just stop. It's better if you don't go ahead with it.
Listen, when
you drop the crumb. You follow the crumbs, right?
Yeah. That's what I was meant
to. Bailed you out.
I was thinking Tom and Jerry. I was thinking.
We don't need to know.
We could do both. We could do like a crumb of cheese.
We dropped you a crumb of cheese.
A crumb of cheese.
Shahi
is what we dropped.
Coming soon, motherfuckers. But yeah. But I want to ask you about that then. But what was Maanu's? Like you mentioned, it was a big influence and helped you, get to the next level. To me, like, I sat across Maanu and SIKKI and we had a great time talking. To me, he just comes across as one of those guys who, go-getters, like guys who really up to just like
that's him.
Do shit, like, just doers. People who really want to spend the time, do the work,
Yeah, that guy's focused.
But I don't want to, put words in your mouth. What was your experience like working with him? Like what was it like working with Maanu? Like when you first interacted, the two of you, musically?
Dude, the first thing that I remember was like some WhatsApp voice note that I sent him of a freestyle that I did, and I was very flattered by his reaction. And we met sometimes, after that, and we I don't remember quite. I think we worked on a song called "I'm Electric," which we scrapped from the album, by the way. At the time, we were like, "Yo, this is a banger. This is big." But then when we came up with some of the later tracks, we were just like, let's trash this because it's not as good. And to me, it's good, right? I mean, you look at your new stuff, and if you feel like your old stuff is whack, I feel like you're doing something right.
Does that happen to you a lot?
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah. In fact, it happens in a very extreme manner to me. Cause like one time, I remember there's this song that I wrote called High Beam. It was like, please keep your high beam down, put 'em down, bitch, illuminate the ground. Or that's where I might put your fucking head. So I was like.
That escalated.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. No, because.
No, but we need this song.
We do.
No, we
as a nation,
we need this song so bad. Like, please release this.
Yeah, dude, I wanted to.
Yeah.
But then some time passed, and when I started working on some of the newer stuff,
I get you.
It's kind of like.
I get you.
Naturally.
I get. Do you still perform a lot of your unfinished stuff live? I know a lot.
Yeah,
of
man, I
people
love to.
What do you feel about?
Usually because it's not out at the time, and I'm just so excited for people to hear it. And
Yeah?
I'm just like, yeah, let's go for it.
What do you feel about performing live? Like, how do you feel before you get up on stage?
Honestly, not very nervous. Like I think the 10 or 15 seconds that lead up to the performance where they're announcing my name, was freeze hui hoti hai.
Definitely.
But when I'm on stage, it's just, dude, I'm not myself. And the thing is, I don't remember much from when I'm performing live because that I feel like I'm so in the moment that, my memory is kind of off at the time.
Yeah.
So I'm just in my zone.
I think it's just muscle memory that kicks in and you just go in the zone. when you're up there.
Yeah, probably. I'm doing like all sorts of crazy moves on stage that I never imagined. I'm just walking around as if I own the place, and I love it.
I love that. I have seen you perform live, and dude, that's like an energy.
Really? Where?
Instagram.
Oh. I was like, where am I? I don't remember seeing him in the crowd.
No.
That's because he wasn't.
I meant like I've seen you on stage when you're live, and it's like an energy that, you know what I mean? Like it's contagious. You're very into what you're doing.
Hell yeah.
And it sets you apart, honestly, because I talked to Altamash about this as well. He really wants to go crazy, but the crowds often just don't reciprocate that enery of like.
Who's Altamash?
Altamash Saver. Takatak.
Oh.
Sorry, I just assumed you would know.
All right.
But yeah, I spoke.
Yeah, I know
the shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Shout out.
Khud penny bhi bhul gaya.
I forgot I was wearing this way. Yeah. He explained like going up on stage in Pakistan is always nerve-wracking because you never know whether the crowd's gonna, really go with what you're doing or not. So he wants to go crazy every time and like give a show, but then sometimes he's doing that and people are just standing like.
No, dude. Here's the thing. Like when, usually like 99% of my performances, I always have like either my brother, my cousins, or like a couple of close friends, like either Maanu or SIKKI. Yeah. And I know that they're gonna vibe. And so like usually if the rest of the crowd isn't vibing, which doesn't happen very often, by the way.
Here we go. Yeah.
Like I said,
I love that. Ego, my friend. You need.
Yeah. So it's like I can always fall back on them. I just kind of look at them because the thing about speaking to a crowd or just interacting with them is if you look at one person, that one person reflects the whole crowd. And so if you can vibe with that one person, you can vibe with the whole space.
Damn.
So like numbers, they kind of like don't scare you at the time if you keep that in mind.
Damn. I've performed a lot musically, like at least 8 to 10 times. That's never been the case with me. Like, we'll look at one like, yeah, no, okay, no, okay, yeah, no.
That happens.
But yeah, who are your influences and like who are the people who you looked at when you first started rapping, or even now, like?
Oh, Eminem for sure. Kanye.
Love that.
Jay-Z.
Yeah.
King Los. There's this underground rapper called King Los. I really fuck with his flow.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's the guy who pretends like he knows about all.
Nah, he's very underground, but like him as well.
No, but this guy, I swear to God, like I put on anything. He's like, "Haan suno." I'm like, "Acha, haan suno," and then like I could tell Shazam kar raha outside. He's like, I don't know the Shazam part, but the first part definitely happens. I've never played a song in front of this guy. Just like, oh yeah, ye kaun sa gana? Bada acha yaar. Artist to bata. He's like, haan, ye to. I've heard this, but yeah.
Dude, yeah, no. So and Kendrick, J. Cole.
Word.
Yeah.
Those guys are cut above. I feel like compared to like most rappers these days, those guys are freaking. But Kendrick more than J. Cole in my opinion. Kendrick's just the truth. Like that guy is literally like his 2 albums. I had heard the singles, but I'd never listened to the albums like in a sequence. Never until the lockdown.
Oh, it must have been a treat, right?
No, because I had no idea what I was like missing out on, and the lockdown really messed with me because I was inside after so long of just being wherever the hell I want to be.
Yeah, fuck COVID. By the way.
Word like that. Thanks for that. Can we snip that out and just make that our fucking banner everywhere? Just like Rizzy going fuck COVID.
Fuck COVID,
Seriously,
man.
bro. Like that shit fucked with me. And then I listened to those albums and like they took me to a place where I was just like, okay, there's truths that are well beyond my imagination. There is like stuff happening in people's lives and cultures and places around the world which I can't even get to think about. People live their lives a certain way, which contextually does not matter to me, but it should. That stuff really the point I'm getting to is he has a motive to put out every album. Like he has an inspiration or a cause or something that he feels really strongly towards to put it out and get to the. Do you see anything like in your life which kind of makes you resonate with, like, is there something which you a theme? Oh, I'll take that as a
Continue.
no.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that so
Bro,
much.
fucking iftari, bro.
I get you.
No, right now's the time.
But yeah, is there something you believe, a cause or something like anything that you really want to get across in your music? Like, is there something that you believe in?
So I was listening to this Kanye West interview, right, this one time, and in that he was kind of explaining why his lyrics are so egotistic and why he's so full of himself. And he said that I want people to listen to that and feel empowered within themselves. So I guess, I really fuck with that idea. And I feel like if I'm, being cocky as fuck and people listen to that, and if they can, kind of like, if that energy can be transmuted while they're listening to the songs, then my job is done. I want them to feel like they're on top of the world when they're listening to the tracks and afterwards.
And is there an element of, so Maanu mentioned this on the podcast, a lot of times one of the things that he looks towards when he writes his music is he wants to talk about the culture here and stuff that we can resonate with, living here. So Kendrick talks about Compton and all the stuff that he grew up with. We don't have a lot of that in the rap scene here, and that was something that he wanted.
Or any music, sorry, but like not just rap, but any music. Like there's not a lot of storytelling grounded to like what's happening here.
So that's why I'm a big fan of the Liari Underground and the stuff that's coming out of there. So is there something? This is my moment of staying professional. Go. Yeah, nothing happened. So is there something in that for you as well, where you're talking like you want to focus on the culture that we have or the stuff we grew up around?
Dude, at the moment, I think that's only limited in my music to just making local references. But as far as storytelling goes, I feel like my message is going towards a more universal and just like a primal direction rather than something that's based on localities and culture. Just like the message itself, like the essence of the message doesn't have much to do with places or stories, but it has more to do with primal emotions and just stuff that's universal. That anybody can just relate to at any point. I like that, because I feel like if I don't want to force anything at this point, and right now what I'm doing is I'm letting whatever comes to mind out on the paper without any judgment. And it's crazy because I'm into psychology as well. And you know about Carl Jung?
No.
Yeah, so Jung...
I
know. Shazam.
यार मैं झूठ तो नहीं बोल सकता Carl Jung नहीं
Shazam Jung, the psychologist.
Yeah, go on.
Name 5 tracks.
5 tracks, but...
You're a Young fan? Name 5 tracks.
It's straight up chaos.
Name his album, bro.
This is all your fault, COVID. Fuck you. So
नहीं सुना bro, मुझे नहीं पता Carl Jung कौन. Never heard of the guy.
No. Jung is big, man. I'm sure you've heard of him.
Wait, isn't he like a psychologist or something?
He is. But like
he's big, bro.
He is big. He's tight, man. He's lit. That guy. He's dead, but he's tight.
He started with saying I'm into psychology.
Yeah. Young is big. I was like, maybe he's
Young
a
is
rapper.
big.
I was like, maybe he's maybe like Spotify पे अभी like उसके million hits हुए like
उसके podcast है, उसके podcast होंगे कुछ Spotify पे. You can check them out. Yeah.
Oh, he's alive. Okay.
They're recorded.
Just let's go. Yeah.
So
Tell me
yeah,
about this guy. Yeah.
Young. So he speaks a lot about the self, and specifically about the shadow. So the shadow is something that is within everyone. The shadow is basically the evil side of everyone, which everyone represses, doesn't want to believe in, but we all have like this evil side to us. And what's interesting is at one point I like consciously and voluntarily started this journey where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start incorporating my shadow just in life and also in music. And some of the stuff that came up next on my notes through lyrics, it kind of surprised me. I was like, I can think of this? Like I was straight up talking about like violence and murder and the works and everything.
Yeah.
But I was still making it sound pretty dope, which is what I do.
No doubt.
But bro, like
EGO.
on that, I mean, that's a pretty interesting point. So a lot of psychologists talk about this. I mean, a couple of them that I listened to were talking about how, like you said, there's good and evil in all of us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, most people pretend they're going around like, you know, they're pretty harmless people who are not going to do anything bad.
Yeah.
And we've seen in history, so this is going to take sort of a dark turn, but I mean, we're already there when we have Young on.
Yeah.
I like where this is going.
But so World War II or
Yes,
like
man,
Soviet
yes.
Union and everything. So ordinary people
Yes.
became the people who guarded the concentration camps.
Exactly.
And sort of watched and even supported like whatever Hitler did, whatever Stalin did.
Yeah, they were regular security guards who turned out to be.
On this. It's called Ordinary Men. It's about a police battalion that were actually normal people like all of us. Used to be regular police, and they transformed into being the battalion which used to drag people out of their houses.
Yeah.
And used to shoot them point blank in the fields, and they were normal people like all of us. So this is related to what you're saying. So the really interesting thing is that you actually went on that journey, and psychologists talk about how important it is to actually go through that dark.
Yes.
I mean, a horrible shit comes out when you go there, but the thing that they talk about is that it's so much more better if you go through that journey and end up knowing how to control whatever is in there rather than pretending it doesn't exist. Because when shit hits the fan, if you haven't controlled that darkness inside you, you will be that part of the prison guards or the police battalion or whatever. So
Dude,
I mean, that's amazing.
it's simple. If you feel like you're a harmless person, that doesn't make you a good person. If you have the capacity to commit evil,
and everyone does,
but if you're consciously aware that, you know, and you have the power and, you know, you can do something, but you don't, that's what's good. That's what makes a good person. You're not good if, you know, you're not causing any harm. When you can't even cause any harm, like you're not even mentally prepared to accept that you also have, you know, that darkness within you as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like that process is still ongoing, and I feel like it goes on throughout your whole life. There's no one point you reach where you're just like, you know, I've seen straight into the face of pure evil and I'm good to go now.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, like I'm thinking back to this one song where when I'm talking about the notes that surprised me, it was like, it was just like the scenes were crazy. Like 111, 222 dialed in. Tell them that it's Rizzy if they hear a loud bang and they see the crowd laying, foaming at the mouth. Buy eggplants and throw them at your house. All you do is miss me, home, not your spouse. You were just a miss, home, not your spouse. Something is amiss. I used to be the kindest, but if that's true, let me kill him with the kindness.
Oh my God.
So yeah, bars.
bars for days.
I know I keep going back to Eminem, but this is also something you see in his music. Like he also knows how to tap into that. He accepts that he has that dark place.
Alter egos. For
Exactly. And like Bad Guy, for example. So he's doing all sorts of.
Bahut crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So like, this is a huge compliment because the minute I heard your songs, I was like, man, this is similar vibes in a very good way.
And like beyond the obviously the aspect of the dark side, which I think is like so interesting that like I think you're the first dude I've spoken to, and I talk to like fighters, you know, dudes who have to tap into the dark side every time they step into a cage to fight another human being. Like these are human beings that train every day, and in that process get fucked up to the point where they have to step in, and then after getting fucked up for 3 months, getting chiseled, ready, hardened, just emotionless. And when they're at that point and they go inside, they have to fight somebody. They have to tap into something dark. They have to go to a place where it's like, you're not getting out of here. I am.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's some form of aggression.
Yeah, and nobody's ever really delved into how they have to tap into the dark side on this podcast, like until, and I think that's excellent. And you know what that tells me about you? Just an observation, if I may.
Yeah.
Shut up. Being nice. You know, the observation is that you're, and this is a good thing when I say this, you're very individualistic, in the sense that even when you're talking about what you want people to hear, it's about them. It's from you to them. Even when you're looking at your dark side, you're looking inside the two places inside yourself. You know what I mean? And I think, it's good to have people and thoughts that are more communal and everything. But ultimately, I think what we're really missing is just like that shot of adrenaline that makes you go, I'm the man. You know what I mean? Like, and I really, really do think that comes across in your music just excellently. You know what I mean? When I listen to your shit, I feel like I'm the man. Yeah. You know what I mean? I want to make people do something called a fucking bum twirl. You know what I mean? What is a bum twirl? You know what I mean? This is what I love about it. So yeah, man, just keep doing your shit, dude. I
will, bro. Thank you.
आपने कह दिया अब तो मैं करूँगा.
अब तो मैं करना पड़ेगा.
अब तो मेरे पास ऑप्शन नहीं है.
सर आप रैप में गए थे वो दानियाल भाई ने कहा था.
Fucking love it, dude. But yeah, and oh my god, we had to do this at the start. We'll just do this now somewhere in the middle. Yeah, हमने नहीं किया ना. क्या? We had to plug the EP. अच्छा, we'll you know what? हाँ. Restart.
So that EP.
Alright, that was a good test run. Let's go.
Okay, that was warm up. Okay.
Don't you know we do this?
Let's do it.
Yeah, the EP is coming out soon. I'll let you give everybody the details, but considering the tracks that have already been released that are on the EP, and then of course the third one which you are going to release and you can tell the nice people about, it is absolutely like mind-blowing that this is this your first proper body of work that you're putting out?
Yeah.
My god,
it doesn't even feel like it, because let's let the cat out of the bag. I don't have a name for the EP.
Marketing 101.
EP. Dude, I think it's because I was more interested in like just the individual songs, because I'm not used to like that project mentality yet. Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely an EP, and you know, first couple of songs were I'm Loving It and Fittay Mu. Yes, sir. Both of which had videos. No, I'm Loving It didn't have a video.
Not yet. Right?
No, I didn't. Yeah. Did it? It had a video. Oh my god, what am I talking about?
I was like, I've seen this.
Because when I think of the song, only the artwork comes to mind.
I remember Ronald McDonald.
Jesus fuck, yeah. Shit, right? Exactly, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So they do have videos.
They do have videos, indeed.
Yeah. Thank you, SIKKI. Yeah. Anyway.
Thank you.
Do you want to talk about the third release?
Yeah, so the third release is coming on the third day of Eid, and it's called BARKAT. Right after Fittay Mu. BARKAT.
I love this, man.
Yeah.
I love this.
You got any ideas for the name of the EP, by the way? Just by any chance, anything? Yeah. I mean, since we're on the topic.
Yeah, I'm not the best person to name an EP. Why, you ask? You don't, because I don't have an EP. Who's calling me? My mom's calling me. I'll deal with that. Do I have a name for the EP?
My mom's calling me.
My mom's calling me. Let's move on from that. You know what? Let's figure out a name for the EP by the rest till the end of the podcast. Give ourselves that much time. Off the top of my head, I don't have anything for you. I'm sorry.
EP1, bro.
EP1?
Rizzy Rozeo 1.
Rizzy 1.
Or Rozeo 1. Or Rizzy 1. Like Led Zeppelin.
It's Rozeo, by the way. I'm just... a lot of people have...
Clear that
it's just a Rozeo.
Oh, sorry. Rozeo?
No. That's what they say.
That's not what it is.
That is not what it is. It's Rozeo.
Rozeo.
Yeah.
Rozeo.
Rozeo
part 1.
Yeah.
Rozeo. Rizzy Rozeo.
My dad wants me to change my name to my real name, Shahroz. यार Rozeo क्या है? Shahroz.
Bro, ऐसे Rozeo आया कहाँ से?
Shahroz.
नहीं
Yeah.
Rizzy
Pretty much.
Rizzy and then
So
it just sounded good.
Rozeo from Basically that. So Rozeo comes from Shahroz and Rizzy comes from Rozeo because it sounded good. That's pretty much it.
Working backwards.
Yeah. Reverse engineering. But yeah, Rizzy, I don't know, man. I just fuck with that name, Rizzy.
It is a nice name.
Rizzy.
But wait, are you gonna keep going by Rizzy Rozeo now or just Rozeo? Because your Spotify is just Rozeo.
Dude, I just told you it's Rozeo.
Dude, my V's and my V's and my W's and my Z's and my.
There was nothing wrong with the Z. It was the A. It's a Rozeo.
Wait, let's do this.
Rozeo.
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 I just need to spell it different in my head. That's how people do it, right? Rose-E-O. That's how I do it.
How are you spelling it in your head right now?
R-O-Z-E-O.
That's how it is,
No,
man.
but I need to spell it. I need to spell it R-O-S-E-E-O. Roseo. I got it.
You got it.
I'm stupid. I'm sorry. Just move on from this.
It's Rozeo.
Rizzy
Yeah.
Rozeo.
Rizzy Rozeo.
I'm glad we got to clear this out.
Yeah.
Now.
His own name.
You know, it's good.
Like
It's good.
EP का नाम छोड़ो इसके नाम पे आ जाओ.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, one other question. Since, I've been waiting for this podcast for so long. One other question I really, really wanted to ask you was, because people do have like those single moments in their lives where they realize, like it clicks kind of, like, or at least was that moment leading up to others that made you go, okay, this is what I want to do. Was there like a singular moment where you were like, okay, I'm a rapper?
No.
Why are you laughing? That's a perfectly fine answer, dude. Like,
it's a build-up.
Yeah.
He was thinking of some grand
I get why he's
stories. I was sitting in my room and Eminem was blaring and I was like, this is what I'm gonna. He's like, nah, bro. I'm just good at it. I'm great at it.
No, it was more of like a build-up. So Eminem was blaring, by the way, the first time I did get the idea.
there we go.
Yeah.
That's the clickbait I wanted. Thank you.
Yeah.
Shade of Eminem bola hai, clickbait
Lose
phone
Yourself.
मिल गया.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lose Yourself by Eminem was playing.
Word.
And I was just like, yo, what's this music? Yeah, my brother was playing it in the study room we had in the old house. So I just walked down like, yo, what's this? Because before that, it was just more like pop, mainstream pop,
Yeah.
But rap kind of like, I fucked with that. And then started doing covers, like I said, recording them on the phone. And honestly, like looking back, I don't see what spark I had at the time because the covers were like awful.
Really?
Like really bad. But it was amazing that what kept me going was that people were just telling me like, yo, I'm listening to this right now, and yo, that cover that you did, yeah, I still listen to it. So things like, I feel like it's just like the appreciation that kind of just keeps you going, even when you're basically nowhere.
Right.
Like that's what happened with me and TQ as well. I remember the day that I met TQ properly, and he heard me live, and he was like, I'll send you something. I was head over heels for that guy. I still am. And
He's brilliant.
He's brilliant.
He's
Amazing.
brilliant, man.
He's a wizard, man.
Like
Straight up.
Okay, right there. I want to stop you. Sorry. What was it like working with him? And also, how did that come together?
Dude. So how it came together was I was performing live, and he was there as well with Maanu and SIKKI. And he just heard me, and I was like, I'm a huge fan. And he was like, dope, I'll send you something. And then he did. And then the first track that we worked on, it kind of looked just like, it was good for the time. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
But then like, dude, the thing about working with TQ is every time he sends you something, you're just like, वो दिमाग में refresh हो जाता है कि ये बंदा क्या चीज़ है. You think you've made your peace with the fact that he's a wizard.
Yeah.
But then he comes back and he kind of reiterates it in a different musical way, and you just like keep getting blown away. That's how it is with TQ.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like the sounds I hear on his tracks are just like I said earlier, like they fill your ear up. They're so whole.
Did I say I was head over heels for TQ?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you and you should be. Like, that guy is fucking like brilliant.
Now I'm thinking that may have been like more of a romantic way of saying it. I'm head over heels for him.
No judgments here, man.
I thought it was
Yeah.
romantic.
Anyway.
Oh God, but yeah, I mean, and like I think it was Konatha, the last bit of Konatha, if I'm not wrong, where
Are you talking about TQ?
yeah,
I'm gonna stop you right there. That's not TQ.
No way.
Koi baat nahi.
No. Sorry, no. What was the one
Boxers
he did with
Amin?
Manu? No, the one he did with Manu. Because I just remember
Yeah,
one of
Boxers
his.
Amin.
Okay, maybe not that as well. Well, maybe it was Bump Twirl. I don't remember, but it was one of those songs.
I think it was best.
Let me see it do
Yeah, Pesa. There we go. That's the
yeah.
one. Thank you. That's why, because Manu, I confused. I'm learning. I'm learning, guys. I'm sorry.
That had Hassan Rahim as well, right?
Yeah, not Pesa. The one I mentioned previously. Konatha. That's her name. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Hassan and Talal as well.
but at the end of that, there's a beat switch. Is all I want to talk about.
Yeah.
There's one beat switch. That's it. Where he completely converts that song into something which is completely different. Has the same elements of the song.
Too good.
Keeps
Yeah.
the characteristics of
Yeah.
the song. You can understand it's the same song, but now it's like now it's almost like a trappish, like hard, really hard beat
Grungy.
that
Yeah.
makes me go like, "Whoa, my
Yeah.
god, what just happened?" And
I like that. Whoa. That was
seriously,
so natural. Like, whoa.
but that's what happened, because I remember I was at the end of the song and I was like, okay, what am I listening to next? Because that's how my brain works. I have to figure out what I'm doing next.
Uh-huh.
So I went down. I was just about to switch the next song, and then the beat switches like dumb and I was like, wait a minute. Put this to the side. That guy's incredible,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's incredible. And what has been your experience like working close to him? Like, what kind of a worker is he in your mind?
Dude, he's just like focused as fuck, and I think the reason he's so good is that he's so truly in love with sound. Like, I see it when he's talking about music or when he's working on his stuff. He's just like in another dimension when he's doing his thing, and I feel like that's where, you know, something genuine and something really good comes from. Yeah.
I get that.
And what about your own like experiences with production? How often do you do it? Like dabble in the
Dude,
art,
on most of my tracks. In fact,
Yeah.
all of them up until now, I'd say, except for Bum Twirl, obviously.
Yeah.
But I enjoy the production process so much, man. Probably even as much as, you know, the actual writing the rap and delivering the rap. It's just like I fuck with both equal amounts.
Yeah.
It's like having to pick between children or your parents. I don't have children, but to pick between your parents.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, nah, both.
I thought you were gonna go somewhere about how the rap game is your kids and you're fathering them or something.
I could.
You could have. That's the bar. Right?
I could still.
Yeah. do it. No, okay. But yeah, you were talking about production. I wanted to say there, most like Fittay Mu. That's you, right?
Yeah.
My God, like that again, that beat sounds so different. It sounds almost locally inspired, but at the same time, it just hits all the right, and it's really not typically sounding beat. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it sounds really like the noises I hear and the notes you use. They're very like, I want to say off key.
Yeah.
But in a way that they're obviously not.
Yeah,
They're like just perfect.
Yeah.
What's your process?
Okay, so I browse through, you know, whatever sounds and samples, and I find whatever I fuck with, and I think I'm really into sampling, so I love to manipulate audio clips, and I feel like that's where, you know, I start to make, you know, whatever it is sound different. Like I said before as well, like I'm trying to, for the longest time, I've been trying to make even my beats or my rap sound similar to what's going on around me, but it just hasn't worked for me, and I'm so grateful for that now. Like, and I'm a big fan of beat switches as well. Like, probably, yeah, I'm loving it. The chorus bit, you know, with the tabla and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited about some of the releases that come after the EP, because the beat switches are crazy in those as well. I'm a big fan of beat switches. I'm a big fan of beat switches.
I can't wait.
I'm a big fan of, I can't say it enough, man. I'm a big fan of
What's
beat
your favorite
switches.
beat switch of all time?
Ooh. Power by Kanye West. Like, I wouldn't call that like a beat switch, but, you know, just the outro and, you know, the synths.
Yeah. Kanye and his outros is just something else. Like,
Yeah, I feel like Kanye is like a big inspiration for my production style as well. Kanye and TQ.
Word.
Yeah.
I love that. And you know, I can't wait until stuff starts opening up again so that I can actually come see you live and not to
Not on
Instagram.
Instagram.
No, that was pretty cool as well. I was like, yo,
Yo.
look at this guy.
Look at this.
I love this. But no, for real, I can't wait until.
I'm just imagining you sitting alone, just be like, yo. Look at this.
खाली कमरे में.
Gali kamre.
But yeah, I can't wait till stuff start opening up again. And you guys start perform. And I've noticed like even slightly before and in the middle when things started to settle up a little bit during the pandemic, you guys, like when I say you guys, I mean like yourself and Maanu and
Yeah.
you know like you guys do like to perform live, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
And like, are you do you think about like when you're like, don't worry, I'll stall. He's like quickly changing the stuff until it goes back to Rizzy. So, yeah, the camera goes out of battery. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Are we good?
सबको सीख
Yep.
सुना दो.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Like, you know what I mean? Just go with it. Honestly, it is what it is. Okay. But yeah, are you looking forward to? Do you think about during this pandemic, like, I can't wait to get back on stage and sing this stuff?
Nah.
Really?
Like, not in the sense that I don't think about it. I guess I'm just more focused on what I'm making. जब time आएगा perform करने का तो उस वक्त, we'll see.
So
But I am excited for, generally just excited for things to open back up and for gigs to happen, to actually meet new fans. Because I feel like that's like one of the most, क्या कहेंगे उसको? The most satisfying.
Yeah.
No, man, there's a better word. I swear to God, there's a better word.
Gratifying.
Gratifying.
Yeah,
Yes, gratifying.
Gratifying.
Thank you, Sikki.
Roseo's first album name, EP name.
EP.
Gratifying. No, I'm kidding.
जो दिमाग में.
Sorry, I'm gonna work on
No,
this.
it's good. I mean,
You
we're
was-
brainstorming.
Yeah,
So it's fine.
gratifying is a good start.
Brainstorming, the EP.
Oh,
No.
something with Rizzy. Rizzila. No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. You were saying.
Yeah. So back to gigs and performance.
Yeah.
So I just want to talk to you about the gig culture here, and like obviously in other countries, there are a lot of places where you can perform as an underground artist, as an upcoming artist, as a stand-up comedian,
Yeah.
where people just sit and have fun, and you have these artists like yourself and these entertainers who come and we have places like these popping up, like Strictly Social is one of them.
Mhm.
But do you think there's a lack of those places in Pakistan, and how can we change? Like how can that culture come about? Because I think that culture is really linked to a grassroots
For
sort
sure,
of
man. Yeah,
up and coming music scene and up and coming art scene in Pakistan.
यार जगह हैं और खुल भी रही हैं. I just think that these places need to invest more on the sound, like because I think it's really important for people to be able to vibe and to hear what you're saying. The sound needs to be good. Like that's just one thing, the first thing that comes to mind. Otherwise, there are places opening up. There's Club 313. There's Strictly Social, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
There was True Brew.
Yeah, that shut down.
Bro, that place sounded like,
Really?
yes.
Was it the pandemic? I don't know what happened with True Brew. Was
Yeah,
it
I don't know
pandemic?
either. I think
Sikki's nodding. Yeah. Jamal moving to Karachi. Pandemic. Oh, nice. Oh, that's awesome.
no, that place was a performer's heaven, man.
Yeah, because I know Jamal was a producer or something in like, and I guess that's why the sound was so like
Yes.
Go to that
He
place,
knew
yeah.
his shit, bro. Like,
Word.
he knows his shit.
word.
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, a lot of people would talk about like, oh, we need to invest more in, this or the other. But when you have an artist sitting in front of you, they will tell you like, you need to work on the sound. And I think this
Yeah.
is something that a lot of places
No,
need
for
to
sure
take
they
seriously.
do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that, man. And, I don't like talking about the whole industry as like one, like central place where everybody meets to like, but from the outside
'cause
looking in, I like
not
to
like
call,
that,
yeah. I don't like, I like to call it the music scene as a whole. Like, you know what I mean? Just one generalized kind of a bubble that you, I guess, enter in at one point and you operate in it. What has your experience been like in it? Because I know a lot of artists like to talk about, how there's either not enough recognition or not enough opportunity or not enough space, so to speak, from people who have been either there for a very long time or people who've just been, doing the same songs or the same covers for like 10, 12, 15, 30 years now. What do you look at this stuff and do you go like, okay, it does kind of suck. It is like a hard place to work. What's your mentality towards that?
Dude, whenever someone says even industry or just like a cohesive unit where, people operate, I've never understood that because from the start, I've just been doing my own thing, just producing, even mixing, mastering. Bhi main pehle khud karta tha, ab Adil karta hai from Karachi, and it's just kind of been like a personal journey where I haven't had to interact with higher ups, let's call them, even if they exist. But SIKKI's managing me now, and there's just this really comfortable bubble from which we're operating, and it's just like I feel like it doesn't extend much to whatever scene exists, but the music's getting there.
Yeah.
And I do have my eyes on whatever's going on around me, and I feel like people are doing the same thing. Like there's no one umbrella under which everyone is kind of standing right now. Musically, everyone's doing their own thing.
Yeah.
But it's all contributing to
Of course.
the scene.
Yeah. But what do you make of what's going on around? Like, because I know rap is a very competitive. I would call it a sport, pretty much. Like, because you know what I mean. Like, yeah, it's I think the closest musical genre, if I'm not wrong, to a sport where it's like so competitive, not just in terms of course everything is competitive.
Yeah, I agree.
But just like in terms of the like just rap, how much you hear it in general, like it sounds like the most competitive genre of music. Is it like that in Pakistan? What is rap like in Pakistan when you look at it? When you look at other rappers and people who are trying to do what you're doing, or even people who've already made it, you know what I mean? What is your overall assessment of where we're at in terms of our level as a nation?
I feel like it's coming up for sure. Like, and I'll use like the success of Young Stunners as a good example for that. Like they're pretty big all over the country. And so I feel like rap as a genre is getting somewhere in Pakistan.
Faris Bhai is just, my God. My God.
Bro, around the world as well, like the music scene in Pakistan, I was, I think I saw it today. So Abdullah Siddiqui was Forbes 30
under 30, yeah.
Which is, and he's
dude, I do have a question though. Like I was talking to Sikki about this in the car as well on the way here.
Yeah.
What is the criteria for Forbes 30? Does it have something to do
John
with
Pechan.
Oh shit. Straight up, bro. No, I mean like, does it have something to do with finances? Because it's Forbes, or
no, but
is
they
something
select,
else?
they have their own criteria. They select it because I saw his post.
No, they do select it, but my question is that
like
what's the criteria? Like, how do you make it?
Because I would think Forbes it would be maybe on earnings or something like that in terms of
I think they also have other intangible like sort of
like some vague
like
sense of
impact
accomplishment,
and because I mean that guy's accomplished a lot, which is why he's there obviously. But like obviously earnings are a part of that, and sort of I think the groundbreaking stuff that you're doing. So a lot of people on that list that I see
that I'm doing.
You as well
just
as
generally.
him. You as well as him.
No, I put him on the spot. I did that on purpose.
Both of you.
Okay.
All of you.
Everyone. I love everyone.
But I was so mad the other guy.
But yeah, I mean, when I saw that, I was like, hell yeah. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. If it was on earnings or like, it's on what? Nominations? People nominate you?
You submit a form.
Oh, you submit a form and then they go through your... Damn, I wonder how many people send that stuff.
Oh shit! So it's kind of like, yo, I think I'm a good fit. Here's my resume, and then like people vote.
Yeah,
that's how it works. Right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think they have their profiles. Ki Falana banda he's done this, and people are like,
this
guy's.
But let's go, man. Because when I was on earnings, I was like, "Ye to Shamoon ko hona chahiye." I think that guy's making a lot of money. Like I don't want to.
Abdullah's making back too.
Really, is Abdullah making a lot of money? Good on you guys. I'm so happy for them. Okay, fuck yeah, dude. People
well,
making
if
money.
he ever becomes a rapper, he has a lot to talk about then. Like, it's mostly just cash.
Yeah. What do you feel about
Crashing
that? A lot of rappers do rap just about how much money they have.
Dude, I feel like if they're actually making that amount of money, which they're not, in Pakistan especially, dude, it's mostly about like chains and women and drugs and cash.
Yeah.
But most of the time, all four of those things are missing. It's just words.
Yeah.
And that's what pisses me off. But it's also kind of fun that I get to play with that concept as well, you know, in my music.
For sure. And
like, why are you lying? Why you always lying?
Why you
fucking lying?
Stop lying. Yeah. I forgot the last part, but Sikki saved.
Dude, I should sample that for a song.
You did?
No, I should.
You should.
Yeah.
You should definitely do that.
Why
And
the
Bhola
fuck you-
record. You know what Bhola record? I think you need to sample some Bhola record, my friend.
Oh, that's a great idea actually.
Yeah, I mean, people have
No, I'm kidding.
suggested
Sound
that before,
bites,
but-
bro. Sound bites.
One of Maanu's songs, Bazaar Jo.
Yeah, that was pretty.
बहुत आला, bro. बहुत आला. But yeah, I mean, rapping about guns and chains and women in a derogatory sense and money and all of that, I think is slowly going out of fashion. I don't want to be that guy who says it, but I feel like
Dude,
it's
what's
slowly-
going out of fashion is faking it.
Yeah.
And it's been out of fashion.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, you know, it's kind of sad that that's how, we're back at the industry where that's how the industry is working, you know?
Yeah,
That's what the masses want. They want to be fed trash, which is kind of sucks,
Yeah.
to be honest. I
Yeah.
mean, but if that's what they're getting, then, you know, you can't really blame them either. That's
Yeah.
why I want to give you the best of the best. Check out Rizzy Rozeo now on YouTube.
That's how you pronounce his name.
Rozeo. Rizzy Rozeo.
Rozeo.
Rizzy Rozeo.
Yeah!
Rizzy Rozeo. I'm back in. Thank you.
You're back in the
Rizzy.
game.
Thank you. I'll just call you Rizzy forever. Rizzy. Am I fucking that up? Rizzy?
No.
Okay.
That's good.
How can you fuck up Rizzy? That is the name of your EP.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Not.
Yes. So I just wanted to talk. I was really interested in hearing your views about what it means for the industry or the scene about Spotify coming in, because Maanu mentioned how it would be a big breakthrough if
Yeah.
Spotify came to Pakistan just like
Need
a
an
few
update.
months ago.
Yeah, need an
Yeah.
update. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
it is for
Yeah.
sure. Like, Pakistan, obviously, since Spotify came to Pakistan, they have their own playlists now. And, you know, to get on those playlists, you're getting more streams, you're getting more exposure. And it's just easier for people to listen to music. Like, usually it's SoundCloud, which SoundCloud sucks, by the way.
Word.
And
Poor
YouTube,
SoundCloud.
YouTube isn't like fully focused on music,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
Spotify is like, it's just music.
Yeah.
And so for it to come to Pakistan, you're bringing more people towards music, more people towards Pakistani artists as well.
Word.
I think it's a big deal.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it like now it's so easy. Like Pele, I remember pre-Spotify. I've had a really troubled history with Spotify. Let's not get into that. I don't know how to install Spotify and keep it like pre-Spotify coming to Pakistan. Like when you had to do it through the VPN and the APK
Oh,
files
yeah,
and the
yeah.
just
So he
you know what I mean?
downloaded the same file as me. I've been using it for like 6 years, using the same file. I gave it to him. मेरे पे नहीं चल रहा
Yeah,
है.
and something it just doesn't work, right? So for the longest time, I would have to go to like YouTube or SoundCloud, listen to local music.
Fun fact, I think I've burped 4 times during this podcast and they only noticed one. So
That one came at like the time where everybody was quiet in the
Yeah.
room. I
Is it-
started like start chup kar-
that was intense.
Is it really a burp if no one notices?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's one of
Yeah, I
four.
think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right then. I think so.
Yeah, no, I think it is for sure. But yeah, and now people get to access through and like dummies like me as well is what I'm trying to say can easily just go to the one app and then type in your
Yeah,
name
man,
and
it's
then
just more
listen to it.
accessible and it's,
Yeah.
it's just beautiful that it's come to Pakistan. I think it's done good.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to get on that. They don't have podcasts yet, do they?
No. That,
Work on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to. Yeah, because you can't even listen to like any podcast on the Spotify right now.
Yeah.
Like, so
I had to
Wait.
make another. Am
Wait,
I giving
why not?
myself away?
go for it. Go for it.
I made another account. वही VPN वाला जो system होता है, just so
Uh-huh.
I can listen to some podcasts that are Spotify exclusive, because Pakistan Spotify पे podcast नहीं है, which is weird.
Yeah, go check.
Quick check right
We're-
now.
Yeah,
We're-
yeah,
we're
it's,
right
it's
here.
not there.
Okay.
Are
I'm editing this out.
yeah? No, you can keep it in. By the way, are we running out of space? Are we good? Okay. we're done.
Editing what out?
This whole.
Okay, no,
video.
that's
yeah,
whack.
There's no podcast, right?
There's no-
I told you.
It's whack.
It's kind of what we do, bro. Like, don't worry
Damn.
about it. But yeah, they'll get there. But no,
Yeah,
this is like
yeah.
such a good first step, and like I don't want to get too much into it, but does
What about podcasts?
on Spotify? Sikki's
Is
got
this
podcasts on
Pakistan
Spotify.
Spotify?
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah.
I've had it for a while. I think it's
Yeah, it's the other one. Yeah.
Us plebeians, we have to
throw it on there. I came on the
Yeah,
podcast.
that's what I think that's how we got it on there, right?
Yeah?
That's we
Oh,
have
it's on.
yeah, we
it's
have
on.
on the mic is on Spotify, by the way, in case you don't
Yes.
know. How?
Oh,
Don't
dang.
ask. But
That's
yeah.
cool.
No, I mean, it's a legitimate.
Yeah.
Okay.
सही तरह किया हुआ है.
Never mind.
I like your haircut, Sikki.
I like your
I like your cut, G. I like your cut, G.
I like your haircut, Rizzy.
Thank you,
Bro,
bro.
look
मुझे भी
very
कोई
fresh.
कह रहा है.
Dude, I saw you post a story, I think, a day or two back, and you had this really fresh fade. Was that old? Because you don't have a fade right now.
No, that's the sunlight very nicely off of my bald
Okay.
head.
Those are
Semi-bald
tricks, bro.
head.
Those
Shout
are
out to the
tricks.
sun. We love you.
Lighting tricks.
Golden hour, bro. Come on. Like,
Seriously.
it's-
You're not showing up though in search.
But yeah, we're not showing up on Spotify.
Not so far.
Well, we're not on Spotify.
Oh,
you learn something every day. Just go to our YouTube, subscribe.
On the mic on Spotify, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. there's-
Yeah, well,
on the
okay.
mic, but-
You need to make a deal out of it. It's okay. It's not on Spotify. It's not on Spotify. But yeah, no, it doesn't matter. Just listen to us on YouTube. Rizzy, this has been so much fun, dude. Honestly,
It's
speaking-
finished?
Yeah, almost. The last segment is yours. I'm gonna get to that in a second. But before I do, and you
The
can close
Baki
the
kiska
show.
tha?
Yeah, Hamara.
Really?
All of us.
Oh, I'd like to see what it means for it to be mine now.
Yeah, you'll get to know in a second. You'll have to freestyle. No, I'm kidding. You don't have to freestyle. Do you want to freestyle? No, I'm kidding. I'm putting you on the spot here. No, I'm kidding. We're not going to make you freestyle. I wanted to say it's been absolutely so much fun. You have to pay to watch him freestyle, by the way. That doesn't work like that. Man does not do what he's good at for free. This has been an absolute pleasure, my friend.
Thanks, man.
I got you, bro. If I set you up, I'm going to take you back as well. Don't worry about it. This is so much fun. And this has been exactly as intriguing and introspective as I thought this podcast would be. You're a very deep thinker, my friend, and I freaking love that. This is the first podcast where I could just sit back and say, oh, that's some cool shit that he's saying.
Yeah,
I will
nice.
think about
Young is big.
Young is big.
Young is big indeed.
Name of my EP. Young is
that.
big.
Young is big.
Young is big.
That's it. Young is big is your
Young
podcast.
is big.
But this is the last bit of the podcast. We're gonna stop talking now. The floor is yours. Anything you want to say, anything you want to say to, whatever you want to get off your chest. So what?
Therapy time.
Yeah.
There's the camera. Those are your people. Let them loose, man.
All right. I guess I'll just be a cliche and say thanks. Not for real though. Thanks for to all the people who listen to my music, who offer feedback, whether it's positive or negative. I appreciate that you're taking out the time to listen. Whether it's me or any other local artist, it's just something that you're doing very nice for the country. Pakistan Zindabad.
My friends, BARKAT drops on the third day of Eid.
Woo!
So please go check that out. The EP will have a name. That's the name of your EP. The EP will have a name. Sorry. I'm really, really clutching against straws.
I love that, since we've started
He says a phrase
brainstorming,
and then, I'm hungry.
we haven't
I am hungry.
we haven't gone up.
Yeah.
It's just
We're
we've
just
either
going
gone
down,
down or stayed there.
What do we start with?
Nothing. So that should tell you everything.
And where we at? We're at nothing. So
We're at nothing still.
we've been exactly the same
Yeah.
place. But it will have a name. It will drop. And thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do come back.
Yeah, man.
Here. No.
No, dude, I'm
Please.
looking forward to the Shahi Killaz podcast.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Once your EP drops and when you guys are ready to come out, that's going to be freaking awesome. Dude, thank you so much.
Ready to come
Yeah,
out.
man.
Yeah, whenever you're ready to come out. Just do it on the podcast. Views. No, I'm kidding. Shahi Killaz, come out. Just totally homosexual. I love it.
I was actually outside. You just called me.
Oh, Maanu's here. On that note, keep it tight.
Take it easy.
We're out. Thank you, Rizzy.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it.